So this is Villager Resort. This is where I keep all my villagers, and we have lots of great trades here, like we can trade for food, we can get rid of excess supplies, and there's even some amazing book trades like Efficiency 5 for 24. That's insane, right? Just one small problem. I'm broke. And we have a much more immediate need for emeralds because I'm building out of quartz, and this is definitely not finished. Now my usual solution is to get some iron and, get some emeralds from it. Only 12 for like a little under a stack. And there's very few villagers that actually trade for it on the island. In fact, I think there's only like 2 or 3. And there might not even be a third one. Oh yeah, this guy hasn't even gotten traded up with. The good news is we do actually have quite a few baby villagers and villagers without jobs here that we can get started in the iron trading business. That would of course be assuming villagers would cooperate, which they would never do. But we're probably going to have to invest in some garbage trades first. Gotta spend money to make money. Okay, here we go. Now we have a bit of a secondary problem here. Sure, we can convince them, to become armorers or whatever. Oh, whoa, that's really expensive. I just realized how expensive that was. But look, he's like stuck on this door. And I believe it's due to the simple fact that these doors are sticking out, and villagers are not smart enough to understand whether they are inside or outside when the door is disconnected like this. So first off, I think we're going to need to make some modifications to assist in the villagers' pathfinding so that they can actually get to the tool stations below. The other thing that will almost certainly help the villagers would be giving them a ceiling so that they know which side is inside and which side is outside. They're like all grouped up in here for some reason. There we go. Now I just got to do it a lot more times. What? Let's just take a peek at the infinite villager breeder here. So we basically have an infinite villager breeder that can get us any type of villager from any biome. We collected them in a different episode, and the babies normally drop down these. Oh. I've been breaking hay blocks but not replacing them. That's probably the issue. So the parents have claimed beds here in this larger hole, but I wonder if the babies are still falling down these. Because what's supposed to happen is the baby's like, ooh, an unclaimed bed. Run over here, fall on the hay. But yeah, we might just need to fix that up. Yes! Oh, that's why we don't have any of the red coats. Yeah, because I just placed those hay bales. Sweet! Oh my goodness. That's getting expensive. I should probably stop buying iron from that guy. The rest of them are doing fine though. Oh, the quartz trades are... Okay, you know what? You know what I'm hoping? Is that you don't need actual stone, like the smooth... Yes! I just had an interesting idea. So I've been putting coal in here. In fact, it's getting low again. Oh my goodness, I'm broke on coal too, really? Anyways, what I was thinking of is I think there's a way to get like almost infinite fuel now with crafters and dried kelp. And that just sounds like a fun farm to make. So I'm thinking maybe that's what we're doing. So first off, let's just test the presumption here, which is that the exchange rate of kelp is even worth it. Now I've actually never messed with dried kelp before. So how does this work? Oh. Wait, what does this turn into? It doesn't turn into a dried kelp block, because I think we're after blocks. Oh. Is this what we use as fuel? This is just a part of the game I never got around to messing with, so I'm really... It's like seeing it for the first time for me. Okay, so you need 9 then. Oh, excellent. We're getting some new masons. Ooh, and another one here. Okay. And this is done now. So, I think there's something about, like, dried kelp does more as a block than regular kelp. Kind of like coal. So, like... Well, actually, wait. I guess this is pretty straightforward, right? Because if we put... Oh, you can't put regular dried. Wow, so this is only good for a kelp block. But then how many does this kelp block make? Oh, it didn't even go down after one. Oh. 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 This is why everyone uses it. I thought it just cooked like 9 items or 10 items, but the fact that the fire hasn't gone down, it only went down one stage, like 1 out of 8. That's why everyone uses this. Okay, we're really doing it now. So then it cooks more than it costs, right? Because it takes 9 to make a block, but then it cooks more than that. So it's just about growing it. Because before you couldn't do this, but then with the crafters, okay, I think I'm caught up here. I'm not even keeping track of how many that made. Okay, I checked the footage. There was 47, 20? It cooks 20 items. Oh my. 3 of these cooks like an entire stack. Dude, I need this just for my regular base. Okay, this is... Wow, this became a lot bigger priority than I expected. I thought it was going to be a fun project, but this is a big deal project. Are you serious? I used up all the crafters last episode. So I think bone meal works on kelp, right? If it doesn't, it should. Okay, so is it just like 1 stage each time? So then the question is, how do you break this stuff? Can you just use a piston? Oh, yeah, that works. Okay. Oh, that works? So I have bone meal in there. Does this? No way. It does. Wow, this design is practically making itself. That's ridiculous. So all we need is an observer at the top that will somehow trigger a piston, although redstone can be tricky with pistons, or anything when it's underwater. But then, yeah, wait a second, I have an idea here. So we can't like place redstone underwater, but it works just fine above land. You getting where I'm going with this? We could actually maybe make like an attraction of sorts. So this is supposed to be basically the equivalent of like a beach town, right? It's a resort area. People come here to relax. You know, there's a nice hotel, a good view. And usually there's some weird abstract art, and we don't have any of that. So we could turn this kelp farm into some sort of abstract art thing that would draw our eye and maybe the villagers' eyes, and also serve a functional purpose. So we're making this at a really specific height, and my idea here is basically, so up to this point we get 1 kelp block worth of kelp, and then we'll extend this to be 1 more, so that way we're always coming out like +1 kelp, hopefully. Oh, looking at this, you know what? I think 10 might be our minimum, but if we want this to look like abstract art, we're gonna need to vary the heights, and I think we might actually want to split these apart. Maybe move it like that. Let's just take a peek at this. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna have 3 locations where we're picking up items. So we're gonna need to process them pretty fast. And then I remembered blast furnaces and smokers. Now I'm pretty sure a blast furnace doesn't cook kelp, but a smoker might. And hopefully it does because this is my last furnace. So here we go. Does this cook kelp? Yes. All right, look at that. That's double speed too. All right, we don't want to use up all the coal. Now I imagine you're wondering, why in the world is he mining with an iron pick when he has a netherite one? And the answer is, I need cobblestones that I can make a dropper so that I can make a crafter, and I suppose we might as well get enough to make a furnace too, since that was our last one. Now you might be wondering, why doesn't he just mine the cobblestone over here? Especially since there's a comparator that he needs for the very final piece of the puzzle. Look, in my defense, I forgot it was there, okay? There we go, so that is the last piece of the puzzle. And I believe if we just slap some kelp in there, assuming this was a clock, very quickly I would realize that the kelp actually goes into the smoker. And then we do this, and the dried kelp will go in here. And the idea is the kelp block gets spit out into this hopper, which goes into the side here, and hopefully a kelp block will just pop right in. There it is. All right. So now we're just going to shove a ton of bone meal into the dispensers here. We turn the lever. And we look at our beautiful abstract art. Wait, why isn't this one going? Oh, it doesn't connect. Okay. You're a target block. And you might as well be a target block too. Yes. All right. That should be a ton of kelp. Oh yeah, it's absolutely jam-packed. I think the double time furnace, aka a smoker, was a good idea. So hopefully we should eventually overfill the dried kelp and it'll start like ending up in these hoppers, and that's where we can pick up. Oh nice, we already have 20. So I'll use a few of these to smelt. I've acquired like 3 stacks of quartz and then some over the course of this project here. And we'll just slap that all in there. So while that's cooking up more blocks to place on our abstract art and probably the rest of the hotel, there's another problem we need to deal with. There's not enough beds. Look at them all pushing and shoving. I wasn't sure exactly why until I realized they were congregating kind of around the beds, trying to claim them. So I think we need more beds and honestly more carpet. And so let's go to our wool farm. Now, admittedly, things aren't looking great here. 35 cyan wool is probably not going to be cutting it. Now, the good news is the wool grows back fairly quickly because these are actually grass blocks and they can pass down to the grass blocks underneath here. So, like, even if the sheep eat this all up, there's still, like, safe grass blocks there. Hopefully, the spread should be pretty quick enough to at least get some wool. But the real source of items, as is often the case, oh, maybe I've already raided this for wool. These are the chests for my mob farm. Is there any on the other side here? Ooh. What did I make that needed so much wool? Maybe gray banners? Wow, there's a lot of arrows in here. Well, there's a little bit in here. At any rate, we should be able to make quite a few beds. So as a temporary measure, we'll just be spamming them over here. Yeah, look how fast they show up. Oh, there's a bunch of white beds up here. We gotta fix that. Everything has to be in the theme. Oh, there's dark blue. Actually, the dark blue's okay. It's kind of ocean themed. You know, I just had a thought. Can you do this? Oh, I was wondering if you could like right click and dye a bed. We should even dye the office bed here. On theme, perfect. And eventually we'll have more rooms upstairs, but for now I think I'm just gonna make sure that all of the beds that are in our possession are actually out, available for villagers to use. Still getting a lot of emeralds from these toolsmiths and armorers. Please, sir, don't leave a bad review. It was an accident. I accidentally punched him when I was trying to move the emeralds or the items. He's a little annoyed at me. Hopefully he doesn't tell everybody else and then all of the trades get worse, because that would be really bad. Man, this area is really starting to feel bustling. Ever since we started to have the villager breeder going, it's just been going and going and going. Okay, it was definitely a good move to have a lot more toolsmiths and masons, though. That was very, very smart. If it counts as smart for taking so long to think of this. But anyway. All right, cool. And since we still have leftover dye, I'm going to transform this white carpet into the cyan stuff. We're definitely making some really good progress on this area. I heard villager injured noises. But it might be those guys just falling down. Oh wow, like all these beds are getting used. Oh man. Yes, okay, we have been growing some of the cyan plants. Just harvest those, and I think somewhere... Oh yeah, quite a few. And oh my goodness, we can plant so much more too. At least a couple stacks. Alright, how are we doing? Ooh, 3 stacks. And it's still going. Oh my word. That is just amazing. So where are we at with this thing? All right, so it is very abstract, but I'm doing the abstraction in a very particular way. You'll notice you can't see any of the red... Oh, I saw a redstone torch. Generally, you can't see them. So I want it to almost look like it's on accident, but actually secretly cover up the redstone. I even did that over here where we're collecting the kelp, because we might collect a lot of kelp. So I have 3 hoppers stacked on top of each other. And I hid that behind quartz too. So we're really just going for maximum hiding. In particular, this right side had some visible stuff. So we'll just kind of go with some shapes. I've been sort of like pockmarking some of the quartz with like this glass to give it an even further, like, I don't know, like enhance the 3D texture even more. So there's sort of like some holes and like there's swoops. Oh wait, I can use FreeCam for this, hang on. So we definitely need some more stuff on that right side there. It actually kind of looks better from above. You know what we could do is we could try putting a block maybe in front of that observer there and not in front of the water stream. Something like that. And then we'll take out some of this on the front. Add in a little more on the side. Ugh. No, that doesn't go with the pattern. Okay, it needs to be more swoop-like. Yeah, more like that, because I think at the ground, yeah, that hides the observer. Nice, nice, nice. That's not bad. It's got some sort of spiral patterns around it. You can't see the redstone, which makes it look cleaner. It's very abstract, like you might find in a beach town. And overall, it's not too interesting to make you look. But it's the kind of thing you'd walk past a lot of times. And you'd be like, what is that thing? And then you're like, who cares? We're at the beach. So, yeah. Oh, look, they're admiring it already. Oh, yeah, and look at this. That's the dirt I've been piling to, like, climb on top. You have no idea it's there. So we can hide whatever we want behind this thing. How are we doing on kelp blocks? Ooh, 34. Slap the kelp blocks in there. It looks really cool when it's working. You just see like kelp items just flying all over the place. They kind of go down. It's actually better when it's working, really. Too bad we don't have enough bone meal to make that work all the time. We're probably running out of bone meal as I speak. Okay, so now we can move back on to our hotel. So I remember I couldn't find the right color wall. Except they've added pale oak, which I brought just in case. So I think we're gonna get some use out of it. That's not bad, it matches the white. It definitely looks less sturdy than the sandstone. I do like how thick the sandstone is. But I think we're just gonna give this a shot for a while and see how we like it. So now I should be able to finish up some of these roofs here. Maybe we need a railing. I didn't think they were that dumb. We could do something like that. That's all right. Ran out of stairs. But getting more is no big deal since our supply chain works so well. The babies are born. We give them jobs, trade with them to get emeralds, trade the emeralds for quartz, and some of our passively generated... Ooh, we're actually getting pretty close to a full stack there. But yeah, we get our passively generated kelp that we can also speed up with bone meal. Magnificently ugly. Quartz up top, kelp below. Our supply chain is excellent. Not to mention we have a farm that gets us cyan dye. And of course, wool for carpet. And for the finishing touches of floor 2, we'll add in some paintings like we've been doing. Maybe we'll get one of the new ones? Although there might not be any new ones of the 2x1s. Oh, well, I guess there's no new 2x1, unless that one's new. But yeah, look at this. The whole level 2 is done. All the ceilings in here, as they should be. That is such a good feeling. Oh, like I had it a vending machine, sort of. There's a new painting. Oh, that one's new too. Ooh, so is that one. There we go. That looks really nice. You walk in, you see a nice little villager family, and then you see absolutely epic scenery. Cool. Yeah, thanks to our supply chain, floor 2 is totally done. And that's also going to do it for me. I hope you guys had enjoyed the episode. Definitely happy we got our supply chain working. I really like this abstract thing, and I'm so glad we actually got to mess with dried kelp. I've always wanted to do that. But yeah, that's an awesome little device, and we actually have floor 2. So that's going to be it for me, like I said, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later, later.